Not live. Now we're live. Oh my god.
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall. We learned from Chris what that actually means. It has nothing to do with the male genitalia and everything to do with
Actually, it does.
Air Force pilots.
That's why it's in a cockpit.
Yeah. We need the laugh track when the 1980s sitcoms with Darshan comes on. You're a funny guy, Darshan. You sent me
funny?
this.
Do I make you laugh funny?
Yeah, not funny. Ha. No. Darshan's generally a funny dude.
Do you know what that's from, by the way?
It's from TikTok, no?
No. Chris, do you know?
No.
It's the what's his name?
Step Brothers? Don't tell me it's Step Brothers.
No, it's Pesci.
Joe Pesci. One of my favorites.
Joe Pesci. Do I make you laugh? Am I haha funny?
Oh yeah, Goodfellas.
Am I a clown? Do I amuse you? No. Yeah. There's a new haha. It's a TikTok sound. It goes, "You're funny, but not funny, haha." So they're trying to say like they're funny looking, you know. But that's a Gen Z humor for you, Darshan.
Learning. I'm not cool like that. 6'7", that's all I got.
Oh, please don't, man. Let's not end this prematurely.
What she said. Let's go.
We get something very interesting. Darshan always keeping me up to date with the latest happenings, and then I run it through Grok and Gemini. Actually, Darshan, Gemini is my default go-to. It's better than Grok.
Well, I know that,
but you don't use. Or do you?
I know.
Or which one do you use?
According to your text between the two of you, or whatever, Darshan can't afford any of them.
I'm a college professor.
Darshan is an adjunct professor.
I'm a college professor, adjunct college professor, not even like full time.
He goes freemium version, so you just you gotta take the output of whatever is given. You know, he can't afford it. Darshan,
you know what?
Can't afford the real answer.
Capital. I don't get invited into like fancy angel rounds and stuff. I gotta hang out. Wait till I'm called in like one of the plebs. I participate in like. Do you know what a pleb is?
Yeah. I know the slang. It just means regular person, but
yep.
I don't know where it
plebeians.
Comes from.
Plebeians were from the Roman times. Do you not think about the Roman period every few hours? I thought that was the whole thing.
No, I haven't had as much time for philosophy, and lately I've been into more modern stuff. The construction of social reality. I actually debate this with Chris all the time. There's two kinds of realities. Yeah, no, I mean, look, it's still here. Daily Stoic, Daily Dad. It's just, it's kind of hard to keep up now with a 10-month-old.
Is that how old he is now?
Yeah, he basically became a toddler.
So now you got to cover your hair because you're going to start losing it?
No, I've already been losing it. I've been prepared for that. No, I just want festive. I want ready. Christmas colors. You know, we just had our Christmas party at Yuma Clinical Trials. Happy holidays to those that don't celebrate. Merry Christmas to those that do. Happy New Year coming up.
What about Hanukkah?
Yeah.
What about Kwanzaa?
Shout out to Goldman.
That's right.
Kwanzaa, we got a lot of students in our academies and clients even.
What about Festivus?
I don't know too many that do that one.
How about airing of the grievances on Festivus?
Yeah, no, not sure. We can air the grievances on LinkedIn.
Do you know what Festivus is?
The precursor to Christmas, no?
Exactly that. Chris, do you know what Festivus is?
It's like pagan.
No.
No?
It's actually a Seinfeld reference. It was...
yes.
So everyone had Christmas, and then there was Hanukkah, there was Kwanzaa, and there's Festivus for the rest of us. and apparently,
is this something George said? Because that sounds like a George quote. But go on.
No. It was George's dad.
Okay, close enough.
Close enough. And one of the important parts of Festivus is apparently the airing of grievances. And George's dad had a lot of grievances. And what I really enjoyed about that was apparently I thought it was like a made up thing just for Seinfeld. No, apparently one of the writers genuinely had to celebrate it growing up in the 60s. And his dad would come out there with the Festivus pole and there would be airing of grievances. And apparently, like I read this in like Vanity Fair or something at some point, like he was mortified that he had to live through that. So they made an entire episode about how Festivus was.
Wow.
And yeah, so there's always that.
I mean, you're not gonna learn that kind of stuff anywhere else.
But
Except
Seinfeld.
on- yeah, Seinfeld, but it's over, right? They had a good run.
This is Yuma clinical trials. This is how you learn about Yuma.
Yeah, Yuma clinical trial. We put Yuma on the map. So we just had our Christmas party. We didn't have as good a year as last year. We actually
So next year, Dan,
like 25% less revenue total.
I
We're
got,
no
I got
different than any other site out there.
I have a suggestion for you. Next year, a week before the Christmas party, have the Festivus party.
Ooh.
And everybody's going to come with their complaints.
Only if we can get Darshan to do like an orientation video for what it means, how to celebrate, and all that.
The celebration.
I don't know. Is it considered a celebration at that point?
It's a lot of bitching. That's a celebration.
Exactly.
I mean, that sounds like a regular day.
Just regular day at work?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it used to be.
I feel like Goldman would be fit right in.
But after that, after the
celebrating Hanukkah right now.
Wait, you're missing the point of this whole Festivus party. After that, you say, listen, this is the one day out of the year you get to bitch. The rest of the time, you just work and shut up.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean,
go that route.
They'd look at me like, wow, what's gotten into you? What drugs are you on? This is different. No, we had look, we're still in business. We're still somehow profitable, but we didn't have a great year like we did last year. And I hear the same from a lot of sites. And so I have a great meme lined up for tomorrow. I didn't want to post it today because we're going live. I didn't want to fuck with the algorithm. But it's going tomorrow. It's a great one. Like,
did you know there's something called meme law?
In UK, yes. You could go to
jail.
No.
In the US. That memes, there are laws to follow with memes. I discovered that recently.
I did not know. I did know in the UK you can be imprisoned for posting memes.
There's that.
There's that. Thank God we're not there. Shout out to all the Brits out there. What's up, blokes?
So it turns out, you know how the people in the memes, like the young girl who is staring away as there's a house fire going on behind her.
Yeah, or the little girl looks like the bride of Chucky.
Right. Or the dude who looks just confused. Like all the memes. How do you think? Like, why do you think it'd be a good idea to become a meme?
Oh, to be the meme. I think it would be bad actually to be known.
Oh, it's terrible from that perspective.
Yeah.
But your likeness belongs to you. So if someone uses your likeness without your permission,
right,
you can sue them. So people make a shit ton of money with it.
Why aren't you in that corner of law?
I am. Technically, it's advertising law.
Oh, how come you're not policing all?
Wait. If you're does that apply if you're famous?
Not necessarily. Even if you're not famous. Oh, I think it's if they're using your image without your permission. So if you're famous, that's the only time they're going to use your image.
Oh, okay.
I have a semi-famous one tomorrow. I'm going to post it. You let me know after the fact if it's kosher or not.
I'll just tell you right now, it's not. It's so much simpler.
It's so much easier.
Listen, if I'm working with Sephora, he knows the answer. Now he's just looking for confirmation.
Now we just go to Gemini and Grok for why is Darshan wrong? I won't stop until you give me something. And then I text you about it. All right, 10 minutes in. Hell of an intro. Better than a copyright violating song. You sent me something important today. I didn't even know it popped up.
Well, there were actually two. I just gave you one.
Okay, so what is the second one?
Well, I'll have to give that to you separately. We need to do another one.
Okay, so I was busy besides watching Max most of the day because I had to watch him today. The FDA had a town hall all day town hall meeting kind of thing with Duke for epinephrine, expanding access for epinephrine. And so, like 8 hour, these people are just on there talking like for 8 hour, yapping the whole time. But I'm invested in Aquestive, not financial advice, as you guys can see below. Actually, we missed that one, so let me say it. They have a PDUFA coming up, and I was asking you questions about adcoms and things like that. So I was like in that corner of the FDA, like epinephrine, expanded access. You came out of left field. You didn't even write any words. You just sent the document like a good lawyer should. So I clicked on it, and it's clinical research, and it's basically making trials more inclusive, or at least, how would you title it? The actual title is
It's
enhancing
titled-
participation. Enhancing participation in clinical trials, eligibility criteria, enrollment practices, and trial designs. So there's quite a few things here. There's 5 key points. The main goal is representative data. So
Give me
the
a second. I'm going to come
FDA.
right back because I want to take notes as I'm talking to you because I have so much to tell you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Gemini took great notes for me. I could share it with you.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know when Darshan comes back. This sounds like it's gonna go 14 hours, so I won't be staying on the whole thing.
Chris, we need your perspective,
We
man.
need-
Well, then we better get busy.
Okay. Problem.
Okay.
Trials often exclude older adults, people with other health conditions, or people at weight extremes. This creates a perfect study group that doesn't exist in real life. So what the FDA wants is for sponsors to broaden eligibility criteria so that safety and efficacy data applies to everyone who will actually take the medicine.
Good idea.
That's it?
I actually agree.
I agree too, but don't you think it will make it harder for sites to be competitive if it's
Why?
easier to enroll patients? The only reason they waste
100%.
time with the only reason a sponsor wastes time with a new site is because the studies, the IE criteria is very restrictive.
Sure.
So they're having issues getting patients from their existing sites. So they're like, we don't know Joe Schmo in Iowa, but what else are we gonna do? Like they say they can enroll 4 patients. We need it. I don't think Joe Schmo gets asked to do many other studies if they get easier. There's always
you're
a flip
saying-
side to the coin. Always.
But you're speaking in terms of site and business,
Of course.
right?
Of course. Yeah.
But in terms of just general well-being of the public,
it's better. Of course, it's superior. It's what they
Right.
should have been doing all along.
yeah.
So in many ways, we exist in this ecosystem of inefficiency. Like sites are actually no different than any other vendor that kind of coasts the inefficiencies.
But
right?
is it possible if they expand the criteria in terms of difficulty for patient enrollment that they may do more studies? Like sponsors can get their studies done more quickly.
That's the utopian narrative. Yeah.
If it's easier to enroll, so maybe they do more studies too.
They do more. Yeah, that's the utopian narrative. But more studies, if they're easier, you can still give the same sites more studies. I'm just looking out for the sites as well out there. People want to be entrepreneurs that are wanting to start sites. It's like, first of all, just because the FDA releases guidance doesn't actually mean sponsors are going to do this.
Of course.
And as someone that invests in these companies, like, they want to make the trials easier. Do you think these biotechs want to waste $3 million a day, like Darshan says, to do these tough trials? No, but the reason they do it is because they copy the precedents that came before them. Well, they got approved based on this IE criteria. We don't want to take chances, therefore we're going to make ours similar. And the FDA actually criticizes that in this guidance, saying to not use templates anymore for IE criteria. But if they'll actually do it versus talk about it, which has been my experience with the FDA the entire time I've been working in this industry, is everyone talks a lot.
What's the it you're talking about?
Actually doing what they say. Like,
what is it that
implement.
they would do here? What is it that They can put out guidance. What are you expecting them to do?
No, them would be the sponsors in this case, like to actually make the IE criteria more suitable for like real world population. I don't
Those are
actually
totally
see
different
them
one in
doing-
real world. So
Yeah, I don't see them doing that. Like we've seen time and time again, guidance has come out and nothing happens. Matter of fact, the majority of the time, guidance has come out and nothing happens.
I think you're expecting a lot of pomp and circumstance from a guidance, and I think you're expecting like the sea change that changes everything, and that's not how guidances work. People try to incorporate them into what they're doing already. So, for example, there was a whole push, as you know, around DEI and around. It didn't mean that suddenly everyone stopped doing what they were doing. They said, "How do we try to include more people?" I would argue that this is the FDA's newer version of DEI, inclusion. And I would argue that this is consistent with what they've been saying. It may not be using the terms that the Trump administration is not a fan of, but overall, they're still saying, you know what, make trials more inclusive. So I'm not sure it's that controversial.
No, I don't think it's controversial.
I think there are other tidbits in here that a lot of people would find really interesting. For example, there's a line on page 11, and I think this is where a lot of people should be jumping in on. And I'm quoting this from their language. FDA does not consider reimbursement for reasonable travel expenses to and from clinical trial site and associated costs such as airfare, parking, and lodging to raise issues regarding undue influence. So when we were talking about, you know what, we don't want to pay a subject more than $50, more than $100, because that might be undue influence. Reimbursement is now fully reimbursable without undue influence being a concern.
Well, they got to account for inflation somewhere. You know?
Interestingly enough, FDA does not have an opinion on, and the OIG has not put an advisory opinion on
Inflation?
whether that's considered to be beneficiary inducement, which is a totally different field altogether. But at least one of those questions just got answered.
Mm-hmm. The CEO of Lilly used that word inducement in his podcast.
I know, I saw that one. I actually have posts on it, multiple posts on it.
Do you think that was a Freudian slip, or he didn't know what he's talking about, or
I don't know
they're
where
actually
he used
inducing
it.
patients?
He did two separate podcasts, by the way. I'm in
worked with
halfway through
Lilly.
only the first one.
We've worked with Lilly quite a few times, and we've never been told to induce patients to join a study. We're just given a protocol like anyone else.
Did he say that he wants to induce patients? I don't know the context of how he used it.
He said they're not being induced well enough or something, like for them to actually want to go do.
Yeah, you don't want to induce them at all. So
right, which is why everyone's surprised with him using.
So, are you interpreting what he said that they need to pay the patients more so that they'll be more likely to enroll and participate in the studies? Is that the way you're thinking?
I think what they're saying is you need to keep it cost neutral at least. And
but Dan, I think, is saying the Lilly CEO was saying, no, we need to pay patients more so they are induced. Is that?
I think
he's using the word. He being Lilly's CEO is using the word induce in a broader sense, not from a legal perspective. I think he's using it from the perspective of don't disincentivize patients.
Yeah.
How, as opposed to cause patients to want to be part of studies.
He's basically saying like remove friction is what he was trying to.
So what you're saying is he's treading a thin line where some sponsors refuse to pay more than $40 for a patient visit. He's saying that's not enough, but we can't pay him $1,000 a visit either.
Hey, you got to be careful because the LinkedIn police is out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I worked on studies where subjects would come in from literally North Carolina to Illinois.
Sure. But I'm saying just a typical visit, somebody's traveling 50 miles, you can't pay them $1,000.
Generally speaking, that's true.
Right, but you can pay them $200. That's what the Lilly CEO is saying. You might be able to pay them $200.
Well, I think it comes down to what are you paying the $200 for?
Right, their time, their travel expenses.
So again, if it goes to, I think what this is really opening the door for is separating out subject time versus reimbursable expenses. Mm-hmm. And reimbursable expenses are basically one-to-one. at least under the FDA's rules.
So if you enroll Darshan
Mhm.
in a study that's 50 miles away, they could theoretically pay you $2,000 a visit.
Why?
Because you make I'm just speculating here, $500 an hour.
Darshan's rich as hell. Come on.
Yeah, I'm trying to be nice here. I'm trying to be nice here, not to get him in trouble with anyone. So
no. So let's take me just as an example, right? Let's say my billing rate's $1,000 an hour, just for argument's sake.
Yep.
But it costs me to go to the site. It costs me, I don't know, $100, including travel and the parking.
Your expenses, gas, parking.
So my expenses, one-to-one can be paid. So the $100 is not the argument.
Right.
Now the question becomes: is the $1,000 for taking an hour?
Time? Can they pay
and I would
for
argue they do not. They say FDA does not consider reimbursement for reasonable travel expenses to and from and associated costs to be undue influence. However, similar consideration may be given to paying participants in exchange for their participation in research. However, it does raise difficult questions that should be addressed with the IRB, such as how much participants should receive and for what, such as time, inconvenience, discomfort, or some other consideration.
Right.
So the second half is a different question.
But if you make $1,000 an hour and you can show this, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to pay you $1,000 an hour.
Well, they're saying that would be it'd be a valid question to raise, but an IRB would be hard pressed to agree.
The problem is they're trying to scale this thing, and the IRBs are trying to.
What am I supposed to bring out my W-2 every time I come in?
Right. They're trying to compare you to a McDonald's employee, and
if Darshan
joins
pay
them all equally.
Put it this way: if Darshan joins a study of 50 people, the average net worth of that study participants skyrockets, right? Because he joins the study. So that how can the IRB say, okay, now the average, let's induce the other people, because for Darshan it's fair, for everyone else they just hit the lotto. That's not they're not gonna do that. And
well,
so
basically,
they gotta keep it simple. And
in that scenario, you're basically excluding Darshan likes.
Darshan
and Darshan like.
Well, Darshan will exclude himself, which is the real problem. That the FDA is trying to say, hey, we don't want people to exclude themselves. This is what I'm reading between the lines. We don't want people to look at a study and say, nah, I don't want to do that for whatever reason because I can't get there, or
it's
restrictive.
But let's be honest, if it's not viable in terms of replacement for your time, you're not going to participate.
But I think
unless you see genuine benefit.
I think here's the difference, Chris. A Darshan, now I'm talking about myself in the third person, but theoretically speaking, a Darshan is not going to decide whether or not to participate in a study based on whether or not I can afford it. So it shouldn't be created based on me. It should be created based on that's an interesting. I just saw the comment being made.
Make Iowa great again. Trump Jong-un. This is a hybrid of Trump and Kim Jong-un. It's the kid, the bastard kid.
Very nice.
Trumpo Jong-un. And he's an Iowa shareholder. Shout out to him. He's a loyal follower. I love the people on X. Darshan, you're missing out. The water's warm over there.
I'm on there. I've been posting on there.
Oh, okay. Sorry. It's shadow banning you or something. You must be too conservative.
Apparently. So anyway, so that was one. The other thing is I find this to be fascinating. We just spoke about beneficiary inducement. Same guidance on page 12. They are allowing sponsors to remain engaged with communities after the conclusion of the clinical research and share trial updates to continue to strengthen bi-directional relationships with communities.
Define communities.
Now you hear that? Latinos in clinical research, we're good for another decade.
Well, it could mean the patients that participated in the study.
You're talking about patient community. So medical societies, focus groups, community advisory boards, disease registries, community-based participatory research. The latter of which promotes the design of clinical research with the assistance of community members and leaders. to more effectively meet the needs of potential.
So is
All
that
those
saying
grassroots organizations.
is that saying now that sponsors can interact with patients that participate
Yeah.
in studies?
Well, yes, theoretically they can.
While maintaining HIPAA, it's probably going to be more
Not
through,
HIPAA.
like,
HIPAA doesn't come into play in the same way if you do it right.
Ah.
But confidentiality provisions may need to be maintained.
I would guess
Because-
they're going to be more of these community grassroots associations, patient advocacy groups popping up, nonprofits that are visited by pharma, given grant or given donations.
They already exist. Those
yeah.
relationships are happening right now.
Right. So just more of that.
Yeah. Here's
And
another one.
The advocacy groups, we got to give them shout outs, man. They're especially the AQST, the allergy people. They're on top of it. They actually they put pressure on the FDA to make the right decision when it comes to approvals and whatnot.
Now, here are the two ones that I think are fascinating.
Okay.
This guidance is full of like some weird stuff that's been thrown in that's really interesting.
Full of chicken nuggets.
They're recommending, the FDA is saying, explore agreements to facilitate the exchange of medical records between clinical trial sites to promote participation retention by obtaining participant consent for clinical trial investigators to transfer medical records, including electronic medical records, when participants move from one location to the other, because participants often struggle to navigate the gathering and transfer of records between sites. So those relationships are now going to become more and more important, and you can build those agreements to share records as necessary. I would caution sites, while the FDA can say that, the FDA is not the end all and be all.
Right.
I respect them that they're lowering the barrier, but as you pointed out, Dan, before they participate in clinical research, they're just patients. And I would argue that most small sites that I know are not qualified to get patient data.
Agree. We don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Correct. So I'd be careful.
100% agree. All these integration, EMR integrations, EHR integrations scares the hell out of me as a small site.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I do think we have to figure it out, because the big site networks are making those deals and they're paying the enormous fees to remain compliant with these regulations. That's kind of it's kind of like a moat. It's almost like regulatory capture in a way. Where, hey, we're going to pay the fee, $100,000 a year or whatever. A small site's not going to afford that to have this deal. And, oh, well, you don't have EMR integration? Oh, I'm sorry. We'll give you the next study, but not this one. This one's for the big boys.
This one's for whoever has the patients or who can recruit the patients. So if you can say, I don't need that.
The right patient with the right tools.
Yeah. It helps. Without a doubt, it helps. It's another tool in your chest.
And they're going towards predictive feasibilities now, Chris, which is a lot of our clients are going to have to figure it out, us included. We're trying to make partnerships with some vendors out there. I think Creo's doing a good job and Nato's doing a good job. Shout out to both of them for sponsoring the podcast. They're helping. They are trying to democratize these tools so that the smaller sites can compete with the bigger sites. And I think that's what ultimately tech vendors, at least that's one of their key roles, in my opinion. So thank you for bringing that one up, man.
Here's another one. Consider using electronic informed consent to allow participants to read and sign necessary forms remotely instead of traveling to a clinical trial site, while ensuring that all potential participants, including those with literacy issues, understand all necessary information.
I like that, but here's the thing. Somebody reads page 1 remotely, right? They initial it. And then they're like, oh, fuck, there's like 26 more pages. My wife's calling me right now. Okay, I'm not going to do this. I quit. I'm not doing the study. That's a screen fail.
Could be a screen. Well, so maybe we need to define screen fail, right?
They're going to consider it. Were they given a consent and did they start the process? That's a screen fail.
You mean in the context of reimbursement? Is that what you're talking about?
No, just like from a metrics perspective, from sponsors.
No, I get that, but are you going? So from a reimbursement perspective, from the sponsor, do you go, you know what, you're going to pay me for every 3 screen fails, at least? Are you
Right.
going to count that one, even though it was done remotely? Almost none of your resources were used.
So technically, it's once they're registered in the IRT, which shouldn't be done until they sign the full consent.
So then you technically don't have a screen fill.
But I predict a lot of increases in queries, like what happened here, what's your process of consent, how come people are quitting.
Well, that's a simple way to fix that, right? Change your SOPs to define what a screen fail is.
Right. Or a loss to follow up prior to
Yeah.
screening, I guess is
Yeah.
what it would be called. And Amazon would call it an abandoned cart.
Yeah, only if you consider them to be gifts or something like that. Or maybe we don't
shout out
call.
to the dude who just left Amazon, Bo. You know, that's a good dude. We're trying to get him at SOS this year. What other chicken nuggets were in there?
Well, I
Remove
got
unnecessary exclusions. You got more.
I got 3 other completely unrelated ones, unrelated to guidance.
Well,
One
hold
is-
on. Let's
okay.
go through just real quick. So we talked about removing unnecessary exclusions,
Uh-huh.
early testing, test how the drug is metabolized in different groups
Yep.
early, so you don't have to exclude them from the big phase 3 trials later. That's smart. Reducing burden on patients. So like you said, the eConsent, we talked about that, video check-in, financial cost to travel. Rare disease is a big one. Even when the patient population is small, efforts should be made to include a broad range of patients within that small group rather than looking for a perfect subset. And then expanded access, so compassionate use, allowing them to get the treatment outside of the trial. This is where a shout out to IOVA, usually for oncology or rare disease studies. Yeah, I think we covered most of it, Darshan.
The other bit of news, today's news, let me see if I can pull it up.
Make IOVA great again, not financial advice. Daniel Perez.
Sure. I'm
you're
going to give you a
an
link.
alien, supernatural,
Find
extraterrestrial.
you right now. There we go. I am
Can
posting
you
this.
mute your dog?
How do I share this? I'm posting this in the comments just so you can click
In the
on it.
comments. Well, I can't click on it. I have to. You gotta make me go on LinkedIn. I try to avoid that.
Do you want me to do it
Hold
on my screen?
Yeah, please.
Okay, just a sec.
We haven't done a live stream in a while. I feel like a refreshed feeling. You know,
Hold on.
the algorithm hates these live streams for some reason.
Really? I thought it likes them.
No, it stopped promoting the live streams a long time ago.
I did not know that.
Yeah. We
I
gotta
still like
change,
them.
man. Marcus Aurelius said, you never step in the same river twice. You change and the river changes. Go figure. Same with the algorithm.
Do you see the screen?
This is Chris's favorite episode by far ever. I see the screen.
It is, huh?
So this is today's news.
Dana-Farber Cancer Institute agrees to pay $15 million to settle fraud allegations. Wow.
For related research grants.
Research grants. So faking the funk, like the phase 1, the pilot studies.
Well,
So
they admitted that they used the fund. It resulted in 14 publications and used duplicated images to represent different testing criteria, which is mostly in mice or time points. And this was brought by a key TAM. He received $2.6 million.
Key tam or whistleblower?
Yeah, key TAM's
What's
whistleblowers.
key tam? Where is that's like a Chinese word or what?
Latin.
Oh.
But yeah, so this was another one. So you got that. Let's see. The other thing I wanted to tell you about
What's the take-home
was
message for the sites for this one? Like,
was that?
what's the take-home message for the sites for this one, though?
So my big take home for this is this is not for small sites. This is for sites in general. But if you are getting research grants from the government, whether it's NIH, whether it's CDC, whether it's someone else, there is a bunch of prosecutions happening in the research grant space. So be careful.
You guys pay attention. Don't fuck around with those grants.
Then there was the RWE guidance that came out.
Real world evidence. Vinay Prasad's taking a beating over this. Over at CBER, that's the Center for Biologics and Evaluation Research. That what it stands for? CBER. Not to be confused with CDER.
This is
Hopefully.
9 hours ago, so I'm trying to figure out how to get to it.
Oh, it's behind a paywall. I hate those. Man.
Yeah. FDA,
Fucking
RWE.
paywalls, man. They should be illegal.
Here we go.
Can we sue them? Go back and sue that one?
Or you could just read this. Same exact
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Real world evidence. FDA eliminates major barrier to using real world evidence. All right, this is where I get scared, man.
Why?
So I love real world evidence. I like as an investor, we invest in some rare disease stuff. We invest in some oncology where real world evidence can speed things up. It definitely could help patients, especially as tech gets better. Presumably AI is going to be able to guide these things and have guardrails and whatnot. The problem is, I don't know if it's a problem so much for society as it is for sites. This is why I think sites are only around like 20 more years, maybe 25 at best. It's because you're going to start doing these studies on a chip with digital twins.
No, this is not. That's not real world evidence.
I know. That's the
Okay.
precursor to it, though, because
Why
digital
do you need a
twins relies on real world evidence to build the archetype of each individual, and then like real life analytics and stuff kind of will populate that digital.
No, you don't
twin.
need that. You don't need any of that. You're just gonna get it from electronic health records. I don't need a chip. Is the point they're making?
A chip?
I don't need a chip, or I don't need any of that stuff. It's just automatically. If I can just go to Epic and pull data directly off of that.
Sure, okay, but a digital twin doesn't have to be necessarily a chip. I'm just using it as a placeholder for.
No, my point is you don't need a digital twin. Is the point I'm making?
Ah, okay. For rare disease, but when they start replacing phase 3, phase 2.
I'm talking about phase 4 is what this is really going to address immediately.
Correct. But that's today. But this is where this leads to 25 years from now. It's like,
maybe.
Hey, why do we need phase 2, phase 3? That's what I'm telling the sites out there. And Daniel Perez disagrees with me. Daniel, 25 years, a mighty long time, my brother. We're going to be in nursing home, me and you. Well, he's younger, so maybe not. And then 25? No, I won't be in nursing home. Not yet.
Some of us will be dead, right, Darshan?
Max is just putting Dan into it.
No, Max is forbidden to put me in a nursing home. It's legally executed. It's binding through Ethereum.
You know Max can't sign and agree to something binding right now. As his attorney, I just want to warn you that you cannot make a minor sign an agreement with you.
I know. I signed it for him. We're all good. I put his footprint on there.
And his blood. Hey guys, I gotta drop. Darshan, always a pleasure.
Chris, pleasure as always, sir.
Have a good evening,
Take it
guys.
easy, man.
You too.
Go eat something. Right. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
You want one more?
3 years. I think 3 years, Daniel, we're good. I think we're in the golden era of research sites. This is where you and I agree. I think where you and I disagree is what happens in 20, 25 years, 30 years. If you think about clinical research, like the way as we know it, it hasn't been around more than a century even. So a quarter of a century more is like 25% of the entire existence of.
What are you talking about? Clinical research has not been for
clinical research years? As we know it. Basically, after the Nazi. So when it became ICH regulated or the guidelines, Helsinki, that's been like not even 100 years.
Yeah, you just said 25 though.
I'm saying 25 years from now is a quarter of the entire history of modern clinical research as we know it. That's a long time, especially with the tailwinds of technology right now pushing everything faster.
Maybe.
So I do think digital twin is something to at least be aware of.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And I do think there comes a time for siteless trials, but again, we're in the golden era.
I think 25 years is a little ambitious, but I see your point.
You're thinking 50. Okay. Well, I mean, hopefully you're right. I like to be cautiously optimistic. Dana Perez, man, shout out to you. Thank you for being one of the loyal LinkedIn subscribers on here.
Even though apparently no one watches LinkedIn Live.
Nobody does, man. We're getting all this viewers from X and from Facebook. So
Daniel's on LinkedIn.
Daniel's one of the. Why, I just gave him a shout out, man. Come on, Darshan. What else we got here?
There's another guidance that came out.
What a way to end the year. If this is our last live stream of the year, Copernicus died just under 500 years ago. Shit's getting wild. That's right.
So, they just updated requirements for sponsors for bioavailability studies and for IND studies. So, again, I haven't read this guidance, to be perfectly honest. But it is finalized.
Do you think those are still I remember when, like a decade ago, we used to have a lot of, almost every month we would have a pod on bioequivalency topics. How come that's become more quiet lately?
The FDA has had more interesting things to get into. Like the FDA has pulled like in 1,000 different directions at all times, right? So let me first try to see if I can stop this. Stop screen.
Oh, there we go.
So the FDA has been very, very busy recently, and if I'm surprised that they put out these guidances, because I'd argue that where are the AI guidances? Because everyone's clamoring for those. Where are the social media guidances?
I'm surprised they're cohesive enough to put together a guidance.
Well, you kind of need that.
Those lobbyists going strong. They're going hard in the paint right now. The lobby. You're going to respectfully disagree.
No, I think I don't know what you mean by lobbyists. You and I have different views on authority. That's the big difference. So
that's right. South Park said, "Respect my authority." The clock's melting. Daniel left a shout out to Daniel Perez. He left a very what's the word I'm looking for? It's too late in the day. He left a very symbolic comment as an image.
Yeah.
On your post.
Yes.
With
I still don't know what he was talking about.
Melting clocks. And there was like multiple
educate
clocks
me.
melting. Yeah, Daniel. We want to know what you mean by that. If you can please explain yourself. But what do you think it was?
He with the cool glasses.
What do you think it was? What do you think that meant?
But
it was like very cryptic was the word I was looking for.
It was.
It's almost like
the problem was he explained it twice to me in that chat, and I realized I didn't understand it either time. So I was like, I must be off.
It's on some like Da Vinci Code vibes, you know, like you got to go dig in a hole somewhere. Maybe you'll find another site. You keep digging somewhere, and they're gonna enroll for you, or maybe we'll find that sponsor that's gonna make the IE criteria very lax.
Or you could give a shout out to the company he works for. There you go.
Yeah, we can. He's announced he's with the Gleam. They're up to big things. They're a SOS sponsor. They're major. Gleam is up to major stuff. I cannot say more. I need to control myself, restrain myself before I fuck things up. But Daniel, drop some comments, man. I don't know. This was a good live stream. I haven't done one in a few months, man. Can you believe it?
I can believe it because you've been busy.
Been busy, but also the algorithm's telling me not to. So it's like, well, okay, let's obey the algorithm. I respect authority.
When did you start doing that?
Respecting the algorithm?
The authority.
Oh, never. I'm just joking, man.
Exactly.
I mean, I have respect for everyone. Don't get me wrong. But when it comes to institutional totalitarianism, or at least anything starting to point in that direction, I turn against it, as we all should, I think. You want to be controlled by totalitarians?
I think I'd rather be controlled by totalitarians than by idiots.
Oh no, I'll take the idiots. 'Cause you can at least get away from them. At some
No, you
point.
can't.
You can outsmart the idiots. You can't outsmart the
I
totalitarian.
don't trust myself to be smarter than idiots. I think I'm just a special kind of idiot.
Darshan, so much freedom, rights, and lives were lost at the expense of safety. For your safety. Step in
No,
here.
no, I don't think that's what you're. I think what you're saying is whoever would sacrifice safety for freedom deserves neither safety
Deserves
nor freedom.
neither. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, so you're pro-totalitarian? That's what you get out of that quote? Benjamin Franklin rolling in his grave, sir.
I
What do
think
you
there's always
think
a balance.
about those
Do you know the
clocks
Buddha
melting?
always
I'm
advised
like
the middle path?
No, the middle path is good a lot of the time. But there are times where you need to choose.
You choose far too often.
Daniel said it's really simple, just be yourself.
Nike tried that.
What do you think the human spirit has to do with those melting clocks?
Yeah, Daniel, tell us what you meant because we're trying
It's
to
really
understand.
simple, be yourself. Dude, I spent probably 4 hours one-on-one with Daniel in Houston. Awesome, dude. I don't think I ever spent that much time with him one-on-one. And then
He's a great
probably
guy.
another 2 or 3 hours with Chris. Like this dude.
You can only tolerate Chris in small doses.
No, I tolerate Chris in any dose. Probably smaller doses are most effective though. They're minimal effective dose. You got to do a bioequivalent study. Daniel.
That's a toxicity dose.
Yeah, maximum tolerated. 1 weekend in Houston.
By the way, I was talking to who, I forget who I was talking to, but we had an idea
That's always
for
good.
SOS.
Yeah, Judy.
And I'm
Sounds
thinking, who was I talking to? I'm looking at, but I was talking to Denali. That's who I was talking to.
Shout out to Denali.
Yes,
I did not see her in Houston, but she's coming on the pod very soon.
Oh,
Like, actually, it should have been today. My bad, Denali. I'm gonna text her later. She's not watching.
what I was gonna say was that when it comes to, have you ever watched The Room?
The Room?
Is it The Room?
Explain it, because
Hold
I'm
on,
not good with titles.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember.
I've seen Escape Room with Halle Berry.
No, not Escape Room. It's Tommy. Tommy Wiseau's. They made. Yeah, it is called The Room.
Huh.
So, for those people who have not watched it, and to be clear, I have not watched it, but I've seen enough spoofs of it and enough clips of it to enjoy how hilarious it is. So, in fact, they made a spoof. They made a spoof movie off the movie. That's how good it is.
Ah, wow. Okay, so you recommend this?
Yeah. So I think that we should have an entire event at SOS where all you can do is recite terms or dialogues from The Room.
Well, okay, but then
We're
some
gonna
of
watch
us
this.
are not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you some of the great acting. It's called The Disaster Artist, by the way, for the follow-up movie.
Okay, now you're coming to SOS, right? Oh yeah, you're on a panel.
I am on a panel.
That's right.
I'm
actually facilitating. Almost forgot the word, or whatever that's considered facilitating. But yeah,
I'm trying to close all those windows so that I can put you.
I think it's you, Patrick Stone.
Oh,
and Ashley, and I don't know who else. Maybe Robert.
I think Bob's on there.
Is Robert Goldman?
Dr. Goldman.
Happy Hanukkah to him and all of our Jewish friends. Yeah, they're celebrating right now. He was having kosher wine the other day.
Were you?
Not me. I don't know. It's not particularly good.
I thought you were really into Hanukkah.
I'm not Jewish. No, I'm not Jewish. I've eaten kosher food out of respect for my hosts, but it's not very good. It's
Here.
considered spiritual
Can you see my
discipline for a reason. What am I putting on the stage?
Put on my screen.
Okay, there you go.
We might get copyright banned for this.
Yeah, you might.
Just look at the bad acting on this one.
The Room. So that's San Fran.
So
you love this movie or something?
because it's ridiculous. So he walks in.
Yeah, we're having a hard time hearing it, but can you do the ad libs?
Notice like they aren't listening to each other at all. They're just sort of mouthing the words. They just keep going.
The random dog. Yeah, we can't really hear, but I mean.
Okay. Anyways, you'll watch this later.
I probably gotta watch this. I'll tell my wife to put this one on.
Whoa, look at that.
Recursive. That's recursive. That's the universe right there, in a nutshell.
Stop screen. There we go.
I don't
So,
know, man.
anyways,
It's been a good live stream, bro. I think.
yeah, it was good talking to you, sir.
Like Daniel said, it's really simple. Just be yourself. And I
It's
agree.
so zen, isn't it?
Daniel's very philosophical, man. He surprised the hell out of me.
You didn't think he was philosophical?
No, I knew he was. Like I've interacted with him numerous times. He's come to Yuma like 5 times on his own, just to see what sites are doing in underserved areas. And he met with my staff. No, he's like about the sites, man. But he is very deep with his sayings and his like
Daniel,
I don't know. I enjoy conversation. I think Daniel and I can do like a 6-hour podcast easily.
I have a question, Daniel. Are you dying? Is that why he's giving a eulogy? Daniel's
That's fucked up. Daniel's alive and well, my friend. You're about to see a lot from him.
I know. I'm happy for him.
Doshan, if I don't see you again this
Well,
year,
happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I got a great meme coming out tomorrow. I'm so excited. So,
and for those people who didn't hear that there is meme law.
Yeah, so
and Dan's about to violate meme law.
He's gonna quit whistleblow.
Ketam.
If anyone tries to Ketam me, try me. Try me. I'll put it up. I'll put up 3 more memes.
I don't think that solves the problem. Who was the dude who went after the Sandy Hook people, and then he was like, he owed billions of dollars?
Alex Jones.
There you go. You're gonna Alex Jones yourself? He's like, no,
definitely not with these memes. Not on that level. But it is extremely, in my opinion, funny. So if that one doesn't overperform, I might just leave LinkedIn for the rest of the year. It's only gonna be like
for the rest of the year. That long, huh?
That long. Just unplug it.
Wow.
Delete my profile? How much would someone pay you to delete your LinkedIn profile? For me, it's not that much.
10 million.
Give me like $500.
10 million to delete it, and then I can start again.
10 million?
Yeah, that's how I make my living.
Again. You have a 3-year exclusivity. You can't do it just like a business.
Yeah. Then I want 10 million.
10 million.
Damn right.
I was kidding about 500, but you give me $1 million, I'm thrilled.
No. 10 million. That's my number.
Why? You can
Very
still
simple.
do X, YouTube.
Yeah,
they let
like
you
I
do
said, I want
everything else. There's no LinkedIn.
Yeah, like I said, I want to make money.
So is LinkedIn a moneymaker for you?
Oh, damn right. I'm not in it for the giggles.
I'm in it for the giggles, man. And a little bit of the cringiness, too. There's a lot of
I just want you to know that I want to congratulate you for changing your job from owner to owner-founder.
Thank you. I did.
Or whatever the hell. You know, it's like when they keep congratulating each other. I want to thank everyone.
Oh, yes. No, they don't say that. They say I'm beyond humbled.
Oh, beyond humble.
It's the
Beyond humble.
worst virtue signaling of my life. How can you be beyond humbled? Most people can't even make it to humility by itself. To go beyond humble and to post about it is actually hypocritical oxymoron. I'm done.
I'd like to charge you for freely allowing me to do blah blah blah.
So 10 million? So if someone said 9,
Nope.
wow, you're stubborn.
No. There's a reason. There's a logic to it.
I'll do 1.
I'll explain the logic to you later on.
Okay. I can't wait to hear this. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Try not to unfollow. And go follow Darshan. We need this guy. If he's charging 10 million for his current profile, we need to like inflate that number. Let's
Damn
go
right.
20 million.
Let's go 20 million.
All right, 20 million before the year's over, and I'll delete mine.